The following contest is scheduled for one fall in the tag team division. Introducing first, already at ringside, Mashiku, El Hijo del Mashiku, Familia. And their opponents standing in the ring, accompanied by Gisei, Ganba's Shadows. Ha! Beat you to it, you disembodied schmuck!
Good evening, wrestling fans of the world-famous AWL Arena in Tokyo, Japan. This is AWL Hontai 362, and tonight it's all about the forces of the pit. We're going to try and take down the majority of Ganba's minions, if you will. And we're starting off in tag team action. It's Light versus Darkness, the Warrior of Light and the Shining Legacy, Majiku El Hijo de Majiku Familia, in their first tag team match of the season, up against Ganba's Simulacra, his shadow clones, if you will. As El Hijo de Majiku taking the lead off against one of the shadows. I hate calling matches for Ganba shadows, I really do, because I can't tell the difference between them. This shadow getting whipped into the corner. A bit of a hesitation there. That's going to be a fatal mistake, I think. A chance to rectify it. No, a reversal by the shadow being. Back into the corner. Going to see a tag. Yes, we are. Double team opportunity. Oh, this is not good. I've seen them do this before. Up, down. Double the momentum. Double the damage. And that slingshot right across the knees, right across that point of the kneecaps, assuming these shadow beings have kneecaps in the first place. I really don't know what they're made of, these shadow golems. Living darkness, essentially. Well, we are seeing Ganba Shadows in action tonight because in our main event, Ganba Hisshi Dark himself will face the Scion of Submission, Chiba Akagi, with the winner going on to face, I hit my microphone there, I don't care, with the winner going on to face Aztec Kaiser Neo next week for the AWL Grand Championship. We got the title back, that means that we have the right to name the first challenger. And going into a sleeper hold here, very deep knee bend on that hold as the Shining Legacy, El Hijo de Majiku, in trouble here. And oh! That's not good. Gonna see another tag here, I think opportunity, but no. This shadow not tagging that shadow. I think it's the only way I can describe them. Majiku, the original, Majiku Senior. Papa de Majiku, I guess you might call him. In trouble. Fireman's carry position. Oh! Infernal Gutbuster. That's worse than a, double order of Taco Bell. Stomp right on the bicep or the tricep, I think. Irish whip into the neutral corner. Back elbow. The experience of Majiku goes round and round. Jumon casting the Spella La Mystica. One of his best submission maneuvers. Not enough to take down the Shadow Beast. As the Demon Gisei getting involved. We're going to see him at least 3 times tonight. We also have Sonbou no Yaiba. Oh, what the fuck was that? Inverted vertical suplex to the outside, and somehow that's not a disqualification from the illegal shadow. Senior official Joey Baba Ganoush of the famous Baba Ganoush wrestling family. I really don't think we should be letting this match go on right now. This is ridiculous. 20 count has begun on the outside. Majiku, endless light! Isatsuwaza, endless light! That'll give him the control to get him back in the ring. Goes with a drop kick, though. Perhaps a missed opportunity. Now, both these teams at 0-0 in the tag team records because of the reset at the end of last season. I don't know why the referee keeps counting. Everybody's back in the ring. Maybe he can't sense the shadow beings as well as everybody else. Oh! Okay, no wrestler Mashiku's age has good knees, but even if he did, he doesn't now. Struggling back to his feet. He's got to make the tag. Big forearm strike in the corner, however. El Hijo de Machiku not there for the tag. And a simple power advantage of Ganba's shadow. Back into that neutral corner. Is he going to go for the shotgun? Yeah, I think he has public execution. The shotgun drop kick. Firing squad. Right to the chest. Head off of the turnbuckle. That could be a career ender. And a cover. 1, 2, 3, 4 minutes, 57 seconds. And Ganba's Shadows pick up the first tag team win of the season. Yeah, the way the head just snapped off of that turnbuckle pad, there was no kicking out of that. No. 1-0 for the forces of the pit.
Here are the winners, Ganba's Shadows!
And that personal demonic ring announcer, unable to fool him the second time, I guess. We now move to our only match not to feature the pit tonight. Last week we were introduced to these strangers that I've been told in the past week are called the Very Kind Assistants. Yamada Jiro, the leader of a new faction, Zaidan J. Essentially the J Foundation, or the J Organization. And knowing his nationalistic and, let's face it, racist roots, I'm guessing that's the Japan Foundation, or the Japan Organization. There you see those very kind assistants, or associates, I'm not sure what they are actually, the VKA.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, being accompanied by the Very Kind Assistants, the last Japanese man, Yamada Jiro.
Well, Yamada Jiro last week defeating Ikemen Taro in our season premiere. He faces another Japanese wrestler tonight and another recent graduate of the AWL Dojo, the retired sumo wrestler Hoennoyama. And I'm going to assume that Yamada Jiro will at least have some respect for a practitioner of the most Japanese of combat sports.
And his opponent, making his way to the ring from Ishikawa, Japan, Hoennoyama!
Hoennoyama is very, very small for a sumo wrestler. I believe he's only about 5'6" in imperial terms. He is a lightweight, again, by sumo standards. Everywhere else he's a super heavyweight. But Hoennoyama, retiring from professional sumo a couple of years ago, according to Dragon, the head trainer over the AWL Dojo, took to professional wrestling like a duck to water. So we'll certainly see the influence of his sumo roots in his puroresu, but I'm very curious to see how he operates in this, his first match as a full member of the AWL roster. And a vertical suplex tried, front suplex, couldn't get him all the way over. Yamada Jiro, with the Very Kind Assistants in the background there, Zaidan J. He appears to be on like a recruiting run, I guess. I mean, you're not really a faction if it's just you and your two minions. There's a chance we may see the Very Kind Assistants in tag team action going forward. I'm not sure if that's if they're registered as a tag team. They're not on the AWL win-loss records as I look them up right now, the Hontai records. Speaking of which, going into this match, Hoennoyama, this is his first match. He's 0-0, obviously. Yamada Jiro, 41 and 44, a record of -3. That means this is his 86th career AWL match. And an instant kick out, not even a 1 there, from senior official Joey Baba Ganoush, the famous Baba Ganoush wrestling family. Nobody has seen, I should point out, nobody has seen Ikementaro last week. He didn't show up for his usual 6 hours in hair and makeup before the show. Nobody's seen him. So, I don't know, maybe taking the loss last week kind of hard. Hoennoyama now. Oh! Using these strikes, some of which would be illegal in sumo. I see a closed fist, almost a Judas effect there, a rolling elbow. You can hit with the forearm, you can hit with the slap, you can hit with almost anything except a closed fist in sumo, and there you see. Learning how to call out to the fans. You must have learned that from Dragon down in the dojo. And a miss. Yamada Jiro trying to take... Oh, Yamada Jiro going for the Liger Bomb. Is he going to get it? Yes, he is. Liger Bomb. 1. And he's finished men off with that before. And the Rikita-san chop. Not even going for a cover this time. A kick to the head now. Might be going for a Tiger Suplex. But Hoennoyama reverses it. Oh! And eats a hard strike from the self-proclaimed last man in Japan, last real Japanese man. Roll through, roll up, and the referee checking, not under the ropes exactly, but very, very close there. The referee had to double check that. Bit of a slow start to the count, but a good check by the referee. Up, down! Beautiful throw. And now into the corner. Oh no. Well, if you're going to be a sumo in wrestling, you're going to have to study the fake sumos in wrestling. That means you're going to figure out the bonsai drop. 1, 2, no! 2.5 does Hoennoyama fail. And, oh, there you go. That's a beautiful lift and slam. Now that he doesn't have to worry about going to the ground himself, that frees up Hoennoyama for a whole lot of opportunities here in the AWL squared circle in our dojo. Alright, Yamada Jiro kicked out of the bonsai drop once. Will he kick out of it again? I have no idea! But that is a sternum-crushing finishing maneuver for 1, 2, 3. Hoennoyama 1-0 in the Animated Wrestling League. We'll take a look at that again. Climbing up to the red rope. The son of the Hinamaru. Boom. Hoennoyama, 1, 2. Oh, that was the first one. What the hell? Oh, wait a minute. Hang on, guys. Can we cut the music? Can we cut the music, please? Don't get me wrong. I like traditional Japanese music as much as anybody, but the very kind assistants not taking kindly to Yamada Jiro's loss here and a cutter. Do these guys even have names? The very kind assistants in their suits, I will point out. Yet some athletic shoes. Meaning they know how to handle themselves, maybe in some kind of a contest. A lifting double gut buster. Well, I think that answers the question of whether or not these two are trained professional wrestlers. Oh, look at that. Oh! Yeah, okay, Zidon J coming away at least with the moral victory here. Let's take a look at what just happened. Look at this. Nasty looking DDT right on the crown of the head. And then, from a fireman's carry, almost a Falcon Zero. And let's not give them any more screen time. All right, last week, Sonbou no Yaiba, Wrestle Black. This was set up in a trios match. I want to see the hoss fight. we go into the wrestling match. Watch the big men throw each other around. This is going to be awesome. I hope they double reinforce the ring.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, making his way to the ring from the secret base, accompanied by Resuredo, Resuyero, Resuru. He is the bearer of a golden opportunity. Resu Black. Together they are the Pro Sentai Resuranger.
Wrestle Black, the largest member of the Puro Sentai Resuranger, a powerhouse, gonna face one of the only men he can't physically manhandle in the animated wrestling league. Last week, after a trios match with Suzuki-gun, the forces of the pit attacked, ambushed the Puro Sentai Resuranger. This is the fallout of that. The AWL commissioner saying, hey, if these two teams want to fight so bad, let's make it happen. And we do indeed have yet another member of the forces of the pit, the blade that cuts between life and death, Sonbou no Yaiba. Already, Ganba's shadows have picked up a victory on tonight's show. We've got Ganba Hisshi Dark himself in the main event coming up after this match, looking to become #1 contender to the Grand Championship. This could be a very bad day for the AWL.
And his opponent, accompanied by Kisei, the blade that cuts between life and death, Sonbou no Yaiba.
Sonbou no Yaiba walks into this match 15-8 in his AWL career, a ratio of +7. Wrestle Black, 11-8, ratio of +3. So Sonbou no Yaiba with a bit of a better record here, but not by a hell of a lot. We all got a taste, we all got a little tasty taste of these two last week in that unprovoked assault after the trios match, wherein Suzuki-gun hightailed it. They had no desire to be anywhere at that point. But by the way, that match was a victory for the Puro Sentai Resuranger. Wrestle Blue, pinning Zack Sabre Jr. after the Blue Thunder Bomb. But right now, it is 1-on-1. The Demon Gisei and the other Resurangers at ringside. But I know the Wrestle Rangers will not interfere in the match. Gisei, less confident, shall we say. 10 minutes on the clock, and boom, they collide. And immediately, this ain't a wrestling match, this is a fight. Oh, now we get to a collar and elbow. Nobody goes. Oh, there we go. First man off his feet is Wrestle Black. Sonbou no Yaiba not taking his opponent lightly here as Sonbou no Yaiba leaves his feet. Right back to the slugfest, now off of the ropes. Oh, a miss, absolute miss, absolute L. Sonbou no Yaiba now having to fight back. Left hand, cross body block. That's as much high flying as you're going to get in this match, by the way. And what do we have here? A submission attempt. I can't quite see from this angle. I can tell he's not going for the mask. He would not do that for a Sentai Resuranger. They're above that kind of conduct. But a knee to the stomach puts a halt to this. Ooh! Cross body block. Into the cover. 1. First cover of the match. It's only a 1 count. But every time you cover your opponent, you force them to kick out, that causes them to expel energy. Wrestle Black slightly more experienced here in the AWL than Sonbou no Yaiba, who's only now into his 2nd full year as an AWL wrestler. Debuted in the 2021 New Year's tournament, was eliminated by Matt Classic Sr., now of AWL Strong and Free. Speaking of AWL Strong and Free, apparently last Friday they decided to name a #1 contender to the Joshi division. Well, after that impressive power slam, military press power. Oh, wait a minute, what is this? Oh, come on. Demon Gisei getting somebody Yaiba back to his feet on the distraction. Anyway, it turns out that Strong and Free think they've got someone who can beat Akira Merine, the Mistress of 1,000 Holds. And as much as I would like to see her lose the belt, I don't want to see... Oh, wait a minute. What is the... Oh, no. No, the powerbomb toss! And that super suit, probably the only thing protecting him from spinal damage. Into the cover here. 1, 2... Well, we have confirmed that next week, next Friday, at AWL Strong and Free, Episode 3, it will be Joshi Gold on the line. Akira Merine from AWL Hontai, floating champion, will travel over... Wait a minute, steel chair in the... Another... Wait a minute! Watch the chair! Watch the chair! Oh, you've got to be kidding me! He doesn't need to do that! And now the chair being set up in the corner, I don't think the referee sees it. And now the Irish whip straight into the chair! Karma is a bitch, and so are you, Gisei. 1, 2... Oh, shit. Well, Sonbou Yaiba has already resorted some really dirty, cheap tactics, but now the huge choke slam. See, if he could do that, did he really need the chair? A tainted Pyrrhic victory, but a victory nonetheless. I'll tell you right now, that settles nothing. I am not convinced Sonbou Yaiba the better fighter, especially after power moves like that from Russell Black. Now, there was a response there, but it was Sonbou Yaiba who introduced the chair, smashing it across the back of Russell Black of the Pro Sentai Ranger. So when this happened, yeah, you got what you deserved. You set that chair up, but still, look at this. Head first into the chair. 1. Not even a 2 count. Here is your winner, Sonbou Yaiba! End of last season, he was challenging for the Grand Championship. I find it hard to believe he's not going to get into that position again in the very near future. 2-0 for the forces of the pit tonight. The Scion of Submission, the Giant Slayer, pretty much our only chance to keep it from being a clean sweep. Now, you may have seen some interesting numbers there. You're going to hear some interesting numbers in a minute. I'll explain in a bit.
The following contest is your main event of the evening, scheduled for one fall, to determine the #1 contender to the AWL Grand Championship. Introducing first, making his way to the ring from Yokohama, Japan, the #4 contender in the AWL Best 4, the Scion of Submission, Chiba Akagi.
So you may be wondering, why are #4 and #3 wrestling for the #1 contendership? Well, we, AWL Hontai, control the Grand Championship. We just got that belt back, which means we get to name the challenger. And since the Best 4 are now inter-brand, we're taking the 2 members of the Best 4 that are AWL Hontai roster members and putting them together to get our challenger for the Grand Championship. The other 2 guys over in Canada, well, they get second shot. And now the man who very well could be the next Grand Champion.
And his opponent, your winner, accompanied by Gisei, making his way to the ring from the pit, the #3 contender in your Best 4. Ganba! Hisshi!
Well, yes, he is the #3 contender, not #1. But Ganba Hisshi Dark, one of the best wrestlers in the world. 100 victories in the AWL, 50 losses, ratio of +50, the best win-loss ratio in this company. But he has lost a lot of matches before, He is a former AWL Grand Champion, multi-time AWL Grand Champion, but here's the thing. So is Chiba Akagi, former Grand Champion. So both of these men know what it means to hold the most prestigious title in all of animated wrestling. They both know how to get to the top of the mountain. The question is, who knows how to get back? We've seen Chiba Akagi defeat much bigger, much stronger, much more powerful men with his incredible submission skills. The Tachiai is the power slam, the sit-out power slam by Ganba Hisshi Dark. And again, for the third time tonight, we see the Demon Gisei in the corner of Ganba Hisshi Dark. So Chiba Akagi is going to have eyes in the back of his skull the entire time. Rolling elbow does not take his opponent off his feet, but the sling blade does. Ganba not going for a cover there, just going for the and now he's going for the cover. No hook of the leg, only a 1 count. What else can you expect? There's a possibility that Ganba Hisshi Dark is taking Chiba Akagi a little bit lightly here, and that could prove to be his downfall. Last thing you want to do with a technical wizard, a submission specialist, is take him lightly because he's smaller than you. And now Chiba Akagi, who can high fly when necessary, goes for that big knee drop down to the floor, misses by a country mile. But now into an ankle lock. You cannot win a submission on the outside, of course, but you can certainly do damage, and if you can damage that leg of Ganba Hisshi Dark, he won't be able to get back in the ring by the 20 count. And plenty of time to work with. A count-out victory is a victory in this kind of a match. No titles on the line, that means no champion's advantage. Chiba Akagi returning at the count of 6. 8 minutes and change remaining. In the event of a time limit draw, neither man will get to challenge, though they would maintain their ranks in the best 4. And now another submission hold rolling over, almost a modified disaster lock. Oh, and a punch to the head. Yeah, a punch to the head. That's usually a good way to get out of most holds. And now going for Akama no Tsubasa, the wings of the devil. Can he hit it? Yes, he does. Game over. And wait a minute, not going for the cover. And needless, arrogant delay. 1, 2. If he had just held on to that cradle, if he had held on to that cover, this match would be over. Nobody kicks out of Akama no Tsubasa when it's properly applied and followed up on. Now both men have missed from the high rent district. As into the cover. No, not a cover. Going for the Shujigatame. He's going to go for hold 20. Yes, he does. Hold 20. Double limb extension. The human body not meant to bend in that direction, but Ganba Hisshi Dark is many things. He's certainly not human anymore. DDT. And yeah, Chiba Akagi busted open by that impact. Whip into the corner. It's going to be the execution drop kick, I can tell. Ganba loves to set this up. Yeah, he does. We saw the Shadows do this earlier. They have all the same powers of Ganba. Execution drop kick. The shotgun, the firing squad, now trying to maybe rip the head off, or at least do something with the blood flow to the head to try to get that wound bleeding a bit more. And, oh no. No, I've seen him do this. The neck break, pile driver. The referee has to call it for the safety of the athlete. I hate to say it, but good call by the official. Let's see if we can get another angle on that. Here's that Akama no Tsubasa. If he'd held it there, that would have been it. But this, 1 to 2 second delay, the difference between victory and defeat. And even then, just barely a kick out. But check this out, already bleeding from the head. The neck break pile driver, no defense. Referee has to call it.
Here's your winner, and the next AWL Grand Champion, Ganba Hisshi Dark.
In 7 days, it's going to be Ganba Hisshi Dark versus Aztec Kaiser Neo. If you want to see that match, make sure to subscribe, enable notifications, do all that YouTube stuff. We'll see you then. Korede, kimarida.